Hello there, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley with you. Hopefully you're having a good Monday here and really a windy one. Definitely a lot going on weather-wise across our Triad area today, and there's no changing what we're seeing. We're going to be finding a lot more cool weather overnight tonight as temperatures continue to drop. We've been seeing a cold front throughout the day today, and that's something that's going to really leave a big mark on our Tuesday with wind, still a little blustery, and definitely a chill. The chill is in the air. There's no doubt about that as we go into Tuesday with colder weather taking over. All of those 70s from Christmas time. They're a memory, and I'm not quite sure when they will be coming back. So thanks for chiming in here. We're going to be talking about what happens over the next week. Fire danger being a bit of an issue over the next couple of days too, but also those gusty winds, and really looking farther along the line how winter is probably just getting going rather than wrapping up. So thanks for chiming along here, and I'll start you off with the 7-day forecast. What we're looking at over the next couple of days will be some changes for our area, and that change is something you've already experienced throughout the day today. It's been a weird one with our temperature basically going backwards from the morning when it was in the 50s around the area all the way down to the low 40s, which is where we are right now around the region. For tomorrow, you're starting out the morning on the cold side, right there in the 20s to start the day. And really after that, it's not going to warm up all that much. So looking at your Tuesday, I do expect it to be a really cold one around our area. In fact, throughout the daytime, it'll mostly just be in the 30s. So it's breezy. It's cold. You could still have some winds gusting around 20 to 30 miles per hour. So that'll be your Tuesday around the area. All that's been happening throughout the day today is because of that cold air moving in. So let's talk a little bit more about some of those wind reports. Just take a look here. Grandfather Mountain. Of course, you know it. You've probably been there one point throughout your life. It's a tall spot. 5,000 feet, 6,000 feet in elevation between the two. Wind gusts are always higher up there. And the reason is it sticks higher up into the atmosphere where the winds are higher to begin with. Throughout the day today, they've been regularly gusting between 70, 80, even 90 miles per hour. And that's the case right now over Grandfather Mountain, 94 mile per hour wind gust earlier today. And that was around 2 o'clock or so. Jefferson and Ashe County in the 60 mile per hour gust range, and Boone, similar in the 50s. Here locally, we did have some high wind gusts as well. So you can see it right here as I plot that on the screen for you. There are some of those high wind gusts throughout the day today. 48 in Greensboro, 46 in Burlington. Pretty impressive to see it. There's no doubt about it. So that's the type of wind that can happen when you get one of these strong winter cold fronts, strong winter cold front moving into the state. And that big temperature difference creates a big pressure difference. And that is something that creates wind. When we talk about weather, the way you're going to get strong winds a lot of times is being caught in between high and low pressure. And that's the case for our area over the next little bit. Now, right now, the good news is that at 6 o'clock, our winds have become less of an issue. Right now, we're seeing gusts only in the 20 to 25 mile per hour range, so not quite as bad as it was earlier. Sustained winds, too, have been a little bit less, only at about 15 miles per hour. The exception to all of this is up in the high country where it's still just windy, just so windy up in the high country. In fact, we can probably show you some of these cameras right now. If we take a look at Blowing Rock, North Carolina, it's still windy for sure. In fact, let me load up the Beech Mountain. So Beech Mountain, you might know of it as a ski resort, one of the tall mountains up there as well. Here's the scene, and it's always important to give context. What they're doing here, they're actually actively making snow, something they really want to do all the time. But right now, of course, they're happy to have the colder weather because they can fire up those snow cannons, and that's something that's going on right now. But it's also very, very windy this evening. So as the snow cannons are firing off, a lot of that snow is just getting blown around and hard for us to make much heads or tails out of that sort of thing right now. Taking a look up there. When does the wind go away? That's probably the most common question I've gotten this evening. Generally, it'll go away tonight. Wind gusts are dying down into the 10 to 20 mile per hour range, which is very doable, let's say, for the night. Now, tomorrow morning, we'll start to see those wind gusts building in a little bit more throughout the midday hours, getting into the 20 to maybe as high as 30 mile per hour range. But either way, not as bad as today by a long shot. What we need to focus on a little bit more is the cold Temperatures tomorrow morning look just like this in the low 20s and mid 20s. It'll be a very chilly start to the day for tomorrow. And like I was saying before, that chill will linger. It'll linger throughout the day as well, going through your tomorrow. So just keep that in mind. It's going to look like winter and feel like winter, but at least the sunshine is out. It's not one of those cloudy type of days that we'll have to deal with. Overall, the weather pattern is this. Let's show you that cold front. There it goes. It's already been moving through, and tomorrow it'll get farther away. Cold and windy weather still with us, and tomorrow will be the coldest day of the week. Farther along, we go into Wednesday with some sunshine, temperatures in the upper 40s, and again, the sun is still with us. So the nice thing about this chill down is that you aren't dealing with rain, you're not dealing with clouds, you're actually able to see a lot of sunshine along with it. Beyond that, if we want to see our next chance for rain, that's not going to come quickly. That'll take all the way until Saturday to develop. So the earliest this stuff could arrive would maybe be, let's say, late Friday night into early Saturday morning. I wouldn't worry too much about this, but from a plan-making standpoint, this could impact us. So a couple of still questions that we have. How far north does it track or south? If it tracks far enough to the south, we could still stay dry on Saturday, but I would favor that wetter trend right now. I do think we'll get some rain out of this. This can be, if you're a keen weather watcher, you probably know this time of year, when you get a storm track that's south of us, kind of like this, that's something we usually want to keep an eye on, because sometimes it can mean that there's snow potential. I don't think that's the case this time, and the reason I don't is that we won't have enough cold air. The cold air as modeled right now would be focused over the Midwest. It wouldn't be locked in over our area just yet. So while it does look like a favorable storm track with the low pressure, you're missing the cold air piece of the equation, which is pretty darn important. So we're not forecasting snow, we're forecasting a chance for rain. And again, that's for your Saturday going into the upcoming weekend. One more look at the 7-day forecast. Let's take a look at tomorrow. That's the coldest of the bunch. We'll be in the 20s there to start the morning. High temperature in the afternoon, right around 40 degrees. Little warmer through the rest of the week, but still close to our average. We'll be right back with more about Carolina weather in the next 2 minutes.